Hey there, race fans. It's race day, top 5 with me, Frank 5. Happy Labor Day weekend to all out there. This is a time where, as the summer is beginning to wind down, we get to spend time with our family, our friends, we get to have grill outs, we get to go to swimming pools, and just have some time to enjoy the last few moments of summer. But this weekend is also an opportunity to celebrate our tradition of NASCAR. The Southern 500 on NBC. The first race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs for 2021. And we have a stacked playoff field with champion contenders, underdogs, and surprises that we probably didn't expect at the beginning of the year. But that's the majesty of NASCAR, and we are going to analyze about what I think is going to happen in this year's playoffs and who I predict is going to be our NASCAR Cup Series champion. So let's run through the playoff field first. So first off, we have Kyle Larson. Yes, this is the Alex Bowman car from last year. I haven't gotten the Larson car yet. I probably will when I go to one of the races upcoming soon. Or if it comes out early online, I'll probably get it. But I'm pretending this is Larson at the moment. And up next we have Ryan Blaney, one of the hottest drivers in NASCAR right now. This neon yellow scheme is pretty cool, by the way. Then we have Martin Truex Jr. driving the number 19 Bass Pro Shops Toyota, our 2017 NASCAR Cup Series champion. Bass Pro Shops schemes are really cool. Then we have Candyman Kyle Busch, Rowdy as they call him, our two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, is having a much better season this year than he was a year ago. Then we have the fan favorite, the reigning NASCAR Cup Series champion, driving the number 9 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet, Chase Elliott. He has a chance to go back to back as NASCAR's Cup Series champion since Jimmy Johnson did it when he was dominating all those years. And then we have Willie B. William Byron in the number 24 Exalta Chevrolet. He's on a roll this year, and this rainbow scheme, I gotta admit, this stuff's really cool. Then we have bridesmaid Denny Hamline, the 3-time Daytona 500 winner in the number 11 FedEx Toyota, but a man that has yet to win a Cup championship. Is this the year he finally does it? Then we have Alex Bowman, who's having a breakout year with 3 wins in the number 48 Ally Chevrolet. Yes, this is the Jimmy Johnson car from his final season, but I still need to get that Alex Bowman car when it comes out. So I'm just living with this for the moment. Then we have Joey Logano, our 2018 NASCAR Cup Series champion and 2015 winner of the Daytona 500 in his normal shell pencil scheme. They have yet to change this thing up, but I don't mind it at all. Then we have Brad Keselowski in his number 2 Discount Tires Ford that is driving in his final year for Team Penske. Wouldn't it be cool if he could go out of the championship with this team? Then we have Kurt Busch driving for Chip Ganassi Racing for the final time in NASCAR before he moves on to 23XI Racing next year and becomes a teammate with Bubba Wallace at Michael Jordan, Denny Hamline's team in the number 45 car. He's been running really well lately. Then we have Christopher Bell, who won the Daytona Road Course this year in his DeWalt number 20 Toyota. This is the Eric Jones car, but I gotta get the Bell car when it comes out soon. Then we have Michael Mcdowell, our underdog, who won the Daytona 500 earlier this year, and he did it very well. I mean, he did a great job winning that race, and this is the 2018 Ford that don't have the Mustang yet. Maybe get the 500 one or the FR8 auctions Ford, I don't know. Then we have Eric Gamarola, who many believed, the way they were running early this year, didn't think they had a chance at the playoffs, but they won with a magical win at the Magical Mile in New Hampshire, and they are now in the playoffs, and he could maybe repeat his 2018 magic and make it to the round of 8. Then we have Tyler Reddick, who, like Christopher Bell and Michael McDowell, is making his first appearance in the playoffs, driving for Richard Childress Racing. You know, it's cool to see him get in. Unfortunately, you wish it wasn't against his teammate in Austin Dillon, but that's how racing is. And then finally, the biggest shock of 2021, Kevin Harvick driving the number 4 Busch Beer Jimmy John's, which not in his car anymore because now they've brought in Subway as a sponsor to replace him. Ford, this guy has yet to win the season. He's our 2014 Cup champion. It's going to be a really challenging road for him to get up there. But those are my diecast cars of the drivers that are in the playoffs this year. So, my prediction for the first round, the round of 16 that consists of tracks at Darlington with the Southern 500. Richmond will be racing on under the lights a week from tomorrow, and it'll be racing on the 20-year anniversary of 9/11. Pretty big day for America to celebrate that day, and hopefully the NASCAR drivers put on a good show for those that we have lost, and we can continue to honor their memories and the impact that that event had on us. And then the final race of the round of 16 will be the Bass Pro Shops NRA night race at Bristol. And I will be in attendance for that race, so if any of you are going, please come and try and find me, and I'd like to chat and talk to you, but get your thoughts about the playoffs. But yeah, those are the first two races of the round of 16. So the drivers I have making it through are Kyle Larson, Martin Truex, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, William Byron, Alex Bowman, Denny Hamline, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch, and Kevin Harvick, which means that Christopher Bell, Eric Gamarola, Tyler Reddick, and Michael McDowell will be eliminated. Michael McDowell, great that he won the Daytona 500, but the performance really hasn't been the last 2 weeks. I mean, he finished dead last this past weekend at Daytona because his engine gave up. I mean, that's kind of a bummer for a guy coming back to the track where you got your first Cup win and where you won the Great American Race. I mean, the momentum really hasn't been with them lately, so I kind of expect them to get the nail in the coffin in this round. Same goes for Eric Gamarola. Very cool to see him win at New Hampshire, the first time he's ever won on a non-super speedway track. But Stewart-Haas, again, they've been in a rut this year as far as their performance. They haven't been where they wanted to be, and Tony Stewart isn't really happy about it. Gene Haas isn't happy about it. I believe that Eric Gamarola is probably going to be eliminated in this round. Although he's won well at some of these tracks before, he's really good at Bristol, and he's pretty good at Richmond. But at Darlington earlier this year, he crashed on the 7th lap. That's not good at all. So, I'm sorry, Eric Gamarola fans, but this is where your round ends. And then Tyler Reddick, his first appearance, in the playoffs, he had to fight and claw his way to get in here while also dealing with battling with his teammate Austin Dillon and the other guys that needed to win to get in. It was a good performance by the 8 team this season, but I believe this is also where their season's going to end. So, there are bright things coming. They have a bright future with that team, and they're going to continue to keep getting better as the years go by. And then Christopher Bell. This one was an interesting pick to choose. I mean, it was either him or Kevin Harvick. I'm going to go with veterans at the moment with Harvick because he knows what he's capable of doing. This is Bell's first appearance in the playoffs. He's run well at a lot of these tracks that we're going to, but I think experience is going to pay off, and that's where Kevin Harvick shines and where Christopher Bell has yet to shine on. So those are the 4 guys I have eliminated in the round of 16. Then we go to the round of 12, where we're going to be going racing in Las Vegas, and people will be gambling to see who's the top dog there. Then we're going to go to Talladega, where they're going to be 3 wide, all race long, battling for position, and we're going to see tremendous racing. I mean, we saw an interesting but controversial race last year, which ended up with Denny Hamline winning, and a lot of guys passing below the double yellow line or being forced down there. And then we're going to end off with the Bank of America Roval 400 at the Roval Charlotte Motor Speedway. I will also be in attendance for that race, so hopefully I'll be able to catch you guys there. For the 12 driver of the 8 of the 12 drivers in this round, I have making it forward to the round of 8. I have Kyle Larson, Martin Truex, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, William Byron, and Alex Bowman, which means that Denny Hamline, Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Kevin Harvick will see their championship chances fade to black. Harvick, I mean, again, he has no bonus points entering this round. He's just going to barely get out of the round of 16, get in the round of 12, and this is probably where it's going to end for him. Super speedways, he's good there, but they really haven't had the results to show for it. Road courses have just kind of been their Achilles heel. I mean, he's been good in some of the Xfinity races he's won on the road course this year, but other than that, not so much. And, Las Vegas, yeah, it's been a while since, he hadn't won there since 2018. So this is probably going to be it for Kevin Harvick's championship hopes. Same goes for Kurt Busch in his last year with Chip Ganassi Racing. Again, we know he's going to a team next year with 2311 Racing, expanding to a 2-car team, which is good news for Kurt Busch fans. I mean, I like Kurt Busch a lot, and I'd like to see him make it to the round of 8, but with only, not as many bonus points with just 1 win and only a couple stage wins. This is where his championship chances end here as well. And Brad Keselowski as well, because the 2 team, they have 1 win this year at Talladega. Other than that, they really haven't had a lot to smile about, in honesty. I mean, we know the news that Brad Keselowski is going to be leaving Team Penske at the end of this year, and he'll be moving on to Roush Fenway Racing in the number 6 car for 2022 next season. And he'll hopefully help that team, especially now that he's a he's a part owner of that team. I believe that Brad Keselowski, in this round, he's one of these tracks. I mean, I could see him winning Talladega. I can't see him winning the Roval because he's not a good road course racer. I mean, his results in the road course this year have been pretty bad. And then Denny Hamline, yes, he has like 5 bonus points this year, but they're from stage wins. He has no wins this season. Unless if Denny Hamline is to win a race in the round of 16 or win a race in the round of 12, this is where it ends for him, and he'll be a bridesmaid once again when it comes to trying to win a championship. Except this time the bridesmaid's going to be a little far behind as far as being second from the big prize. So those are the 4 guys I have eliminated from the round of 12. So then the round of 8 comes with Texas, Kansas, and Martinsville. Yes, we're starting this round of 8 off with Texas this time. And we've only been there once this year, but that was the All-Star race. And Kyle Larson ended up scoring $1 million winning in that event over Brad Keselowski and Chase Elliott. And then we go to Kansas, where Kyle Busch was good earlier this year, and he ended up winning on his birthday. Kyle Larson was really good in that race. Then we go to Martinsville, where anything's possible. There's going to be bumping and banging. There's going to be bump and runs. You're going to see the normal suspects like a Martin Truex and Chase Elliott up there. So, in conclusion, the 4 men that I have moving on to the championship 4 out of this round are Kyle Larson, no doubt, because the bonus points, the regular season championship, the race wins, the stage wins, all there for him. He cannot screw this up. And I don't think he's going to screw it up. He's going to make it out of this round. Same with our reigning Cup champion, Chase Elliott. I believe he's also going to make it out of this round because he finished 3rd at Texas earlier this year in the All-Star race, and he had a car capable of winning the $1 million. He finished 5th at Kansas earlier this year as well, and he finished 2nd at Martinsville earlier this year. And if you remember last fall, he was in a position where the pressure was on him, and he had to win if he was going to make the championship 4. And he was able to pull through with a win after overcoming a almost costly race-winning mistake on pit road when one of his crew members went over the wall too soon, but quickly corrected himself by going back and touching his foot on the wall before Elliot got to the pit box, before he was within the limit of how many pit boxes you could have to pass through before, or like passing through too many pit boxes, or crewman goes over the wall too soon before your driver gets to his pit box. He was able to pull out a match win there and make it to the championship 4, and the rest is history. He started at the back, went up to the front, led the race the rest of the way, and won the championship. I believe Elliot's going to make it out of this round too. And then I have Ryan Blaney getting it as well. I believe that the momentum's on Blaney's side now. With the wins he's accumulated, with an impressive win in Michigan, an impressive win at Daytona, no doubt the 12 car is the best car at Penske right now. And I believe he's going to make it in. And he runs pretty good at all these other tracks. He's good at Texas. He's really good at Kansas. And he's good at Martinsville at times if you give him good race cars. So I believe Blaney's got a good chance to get into the championship 4. And the last spot, this one is a toss-up. But I'm going to say it's Martin Truex Jr. that gets into the championship 4 as the lone Toyota. And he has been good at Texas, he's good at Kansas, and he won Martinsville earlier this year. I mean, do I need to say more about Truex and Martinsville? He definitely has gotten better and better at that track. He's finally won in short tracks now, and he's continuing to rack them up. He's got 3 wins at Martinsville. He won in 2019, he won in the spring of 2020, or like early summer because COVID pushed everything back for a while, and then he won earlier this spring in April when we were supposed to run a night race, but because Mother Nature had other plans, we decided to run it the very next day. I believe that, again, I fully believe that Martin Truex Jr. can make the championship 4, and he can be a threat for this title. So that means that the 4 guys that are going to get eliminated are Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, William Byron, and Alex Bowman. Hear me out on this. Alex Bowman has had a very, very, very good season. He's got 3 wins this year. I mean, performance-wise, you know, even I say very, very good, he's got 3 wins. That's what I mean by very good. Performance-wise, they've kind of been the, how do I put this? They've been kind of the, not saying the weak link. They've just been kind of a missing piece to make Hendrick complete his whole to be a real contender. On the 750 horsepower package races, they're good. They won at Richmond and Dover earlier this year. Yes, they won a 550 horsepower race at Pocono because their teammate blew a tire on the last corner coming to the checkered flag. Other than that, I can't see Alex Bowman getting out of this round at all because 550 horsepower package races haven't really been their forte this year. But if he were to make it, I wouldn't be surprised because Hendrick Motorsports, all their cars this year have been very competitive. So we'll see what happens to the 48 car. As for William Byron, a really good year for him, a career year for him, being reunited with his old crew chief and Rudy Fugle from the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series days. Remember, they were together driving for Kyle Busch Motorsports. They won the most races, but they didn't make the championship four because in the last race, which determined who would go to the championship four for the trucks, he blew an engine, and that took him out of a spot to get in. So this year, him and Rudy Fugle have been very good with each other. They gelled quickly earlier this year by winning at Homestead and went on a streak of top 10 results. They've kind of been in a slump lately, but I still believe that the performance and the speed's there for the 24 team. So I fully expect them to give it a shot, but I believe this is where the round's going to end. Joey Legato as well. He won one race this year, the Bristol Dirt Race. We haven't been in another dirt race this year. Logano, I mean, as I mentioned, Ryan Blaney's the best car Penske right now. Logano's momentum seems to be slipping a little bit. But that doesn't mean that Logano can't try anything. I mean, you know he's going to be aggressive to try to win a race. If you remember the fall race of 2018, he was able to bump Martin Truex Jr. out of the way on the last few corners on the last lap and punch his ticket to Homestead. And he came in saying, I'm the favorite, when the other three of Truex, Kyle Busch, and Harvick, who were winning all year, were smirking at Logano saying, you must be crazy. But Logano wasn't crazy as he went on and won the championship. So we've seen stranger things, so let's see what Joey Logano can do. And Kyle Busch. Yeah, after a subpar year last year, yes, he did win at Texas, but he got eliminated in the round of 12 with no wins at the time. This year, they've had more than one win. They've been very competitive. They've got, 3 wins for them this year? Kyle Busch should do very well in the playoffs, but I mean, he's won these tracks before. He won at Texas last year. He won at Kansas earlier this year. And he won in Martinsville in the fall of 2017. But I don't really think that Kyle Busch is going to make it into this round. Because in Martinsville, he hadn't won there in quite a while. I'd be shocked. I'm not saying I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, I would honestly be surprised if Kyle Busch were to knock out a championship favorite like an Elliot or a Truex or a Larson. I mean, if he knocked out Blaney, I could see that. But I believe that Blaney, with his momentum lately, has been running better than Kyle Busch. So I'll take Blaney in this last spot over Kyle Busch. So the championship 4 drivers, in conclusion, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney. I have Kyle Larson as your 2021 NASCAR Cup Series champion. I mean, why not? Regular season champion. Most wins this season. Most stage wins this season. How can I not pick Kyle Larson, who's having a great return from NASCAR after what he endured last year with what he said on an online internet race, which got him suspended and then eventually fired from Chip Ganassi Racing, and he had to spend the rest of the NASCAR season on the sidelines and going towards like the Road to Recovery program for not with like a drug problem or alcohol, just what you say. Because you got to be careful what you say these days. Kyle Larson will be your champion, and I believe with the momentum he's got, and he's been good at the 750 horsepower package races this year, so why not Larson? Elliot will give him a good battle, though, as the reigning Cup champion, and he could be a threat to Kyle Larson. And, of course, he started from the rear in last year's Championship 4 race, went all the way to the front, and the rest is history. He won the championship. Martin Truex Jr., in high-pressure situations, especially in 2017, winning for his car owner who couldn't show up because he had a heart condition. His girlfriend who'd been battling ovarian cancer for years. And, just him and his willingness to be a competitive race car driver after some pretty mediocre seasons up until 2015. Ryan Blaney, the new face of Penske soon. I mean, he's got a lot of promise, and he wants to show Roger that he is the next man to carry the team when Brad Keselowski leaves at the end of this year, and when Joey Logano's time is eventually up soon. I mean, Logano's 30 years old. He's not going away anytime soon, but Blaney's the young gun of the team until Austin Cindric comes aboard next year. But in all reality, I believe it's going to be Kyle Larson as this year's champion, hoisting the Bill France Cup at the conclusion of this season. So, those are my playoff predictions for this year's NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me that Kyle Larson's going to win the championship? Or do you have a different opinion? Do you think someone else could be our champion this year? Will it be a Kyle Busch? Will it be Chase Elliott repeating? Will Denny Hamline finally pull through somehow? Or could Kevin Harvick do wonders in the playoffs and pull off a Tony Stewart 2011 one where he went winless in the regular season and then won 5 of the last 10 and won the championship. We'll see what happens, folks. I cannot wait for these playoffs, and it all starts this upcoming Sunday night on NBCSN with the Cookout Southern 500. I cannot wait for this race. It's going to be a lot of fun. Fans in attendance, it's going to be a great race, and I can't wait to see these guys flirting with the wall and maybe giving a Darlington stripe at the track too tough to tame, or, as some people like to call it, the Lady in Black. I can't wait for the playoffs, everybody. I hope you enjoy them. Subscribe, like. I hope you enjoyed my NASCAR 2021 Cup Series playoff prediction video, and continue to subscribe and drop some likes down. I appreciate you guys' support, and the NASCAR playoffs is officially here. Let's go!